Hi boys and girls, this is Nurse Sarah here again to talk to you today about stress and what we can do to help manage or cope with that stress. There's a lot of stresses out there, especially today. You guys are hearing in the news about the coronavirus and we aren't able to be in school, we aren't able to go hang out with our friends or family, so there is a lot of stress around. So stress is something that happens to our bodies, and sometimes we don't even know that we're feeling stress, and it may show that you are maybe upset when you normally don't get upset about something, but now all of a sudden you seem like you get upset easier, or you're frustrated, or maybe you're sad. Those are all different ways of of your body expressing stress. Part in our brain called the amygdala, and it processes our emotions. And when it does that, it sends a signal to the hypothalamus, which prepares our nervous system to react to that stress. So our brain is an important function. That's one of those things. So the hypothalamus sends the message through our nervous system to the different parts of our body. Our lungs is one area that it goes to, and it can cause us to breathe a little bit faster. You may have felt stress or had something where you kind of have that faster breathing. Another area that it goes to is our heart, and again, it makes that to beat a little faster as well. Some of the other areas of our body is our muscles. Your muscles may tighten or tense up in response to that stress. So there's a lot of other areas. Of course, our emotions especially can respond to the stress as well. So today I'm going to show you how to make a stress ball. These are fun. It's a very simple way to kind of manage and express some of that stress, especially if you're not able to be in school and not able to go to the park and play at the playgrounds. So what we're going to do today is we have a couple of balloons. Okay, so you need 2 balloons. You need some flour, and in here I just have regular flour. If you don't have flour at home, you can also use rice to fill your stress ball as well. All right, and I have a piece of a plastic bottle, a water bottle, and I'm going to use this as my funnel. Now, if you have a funnel at home, and your parents have one you can use, that's great. If not, you can make your own funnel. And this is where you'll need your parents' help. You're going to get that water bottle and cut it in half and use this bottom part of it, okay? So your parents will have to help you with that. Sometimes these ends can be a little sharp, okay? Next thing you're going to do is take your bottle and one of your balloons. We're going to put the end of the balloon on our water bottle like so. All right? Now I'm going to take the flour or the rice, if that's what you chose, and kind of put it in my bottle here. I'm just going to fill it up with that flour. And I have about a half a cup of flour in here. All right? And just kind of shake it down in there. And it starts to fill my balloon with flour. Just keep shaking. If it gets plugged in there, you can take a little pen or a pencil and just kind of help push that flour down in there. Okay? You got it about all the way filled. You can kind of tell it's starting to feel a little bit more full. I about have all my flour in there. See if I can get a little more. Get the last of it in there. You want to press it down in there nice and tight because you want to get as much of that flour in there as you can. So there we go, we just about got it. All right. Now what I'm going to do, because I still have a little flour left in there, I'm going to kind of twist this right about here and pour that back into my cup. All right. Now we're going to take off the balloon. All right. Let's move that out of the way. All right. So we've got the flour in there. I want to make sure that I shake it down really good. Next thing I'm going to do is tie my balloon off, nice and tight, as close to the bottom of that balloon as I can. Okay. And you may need parents' help if you're younger to get this balloon tied off, right? So I've got it tied off nice and tight, okay? Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a little bit of this end off just so I don't have so much extra balloon. Okay, this is where you can get a little bit creative and fun. I'm going to take my second balloon and we're going to cut a little bit above the end of the balloon. So right about there, cut that off. And this is the part we're going to get rid of. Make sure, boys and girls, that you throw your balloon pieces into the garbage. You don't want anybody to get a hold of it, especially if you have younger siblings, and put it in their mouth. So I'm going to take this and open it up, and I'm going to cover it this end first. So this is kind of a little bit challenging, it can be. I'm just going to put that in there and just kind of slowly work it until I get it all the way to the end. And there you go. There's your stress ball. Now with mine, I have a little bit extra balloon piece here sticking up. So what I've done with my little friend over here is I had some yarn laying around the house, and so I kind of made hair and I tied it onto this piece here. If you don't want to do that, or you don't have those extra things lying around, you can cut it down a little bit closer so that it's a little bit more smooth and flush with the end there. All right, and then so the next thing we can do is you take your marker and you can make a little face. So we're gonna make a squiggly face. All right, so there is our stress ball. And these are great for whenever you're feeling stressed. You just sit there and you squeeze it and squeeze it and squeeze it. And it's a great exercise for your hands too, but it kind of helps to relieve the stress. Again, if you have rice, you can do one with rice. And it squeezes a little bit different, feels a little different, but it still works the same way. So here we have different stress balls that you guys can make at home with just a couple of balloons and some flour. So let's talk about a few other things that we can do to help relieve stress. Some of the other things we can do is you can talk with someone. Talk with an older family member, a parent, somebody that you trust about how you're feeling. You can go for a run. You can play in the yard. You can throw the ball back and forth with your family. Get out and get some sunshine and fresh air, and get out some exercise, burn off some of that energy. Some of the other things you can do is a breathing exercises, and one of them is very simple. You're just going to breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in your nose, hold it for 2 seconds, then breathe out your mouth. In your nose, out your mouth. And that does a couple of things. It helps to calm you down, but it also slows down your breathing and it slows down your heart rate. So if those things are going a little bit fast because you're stressed at that time, take a few moments, take some slow, deep breaths, and that'll help decrease the response that your body's having to stress. Another great thing you could do is there are many different apps out there for your smartphones for mindfulness, and you can search mindfulness apps for children and kids and teens, and there's a lot of great things out there that'll kind of walk you through some of the mindfulness to help clear your mind and calm your brain and your body down, and to slow down that process in the amygdala. The other thing that you can do is, if you have your family next to you, give them a hug. A lot of times that close contact of sitting next to someone, giving them a hug, helps us to feel better. If you have a pet, I've got my little dog here. This is Bailey. If you have a pet in your home, whether it's a cat or a dog or any other type of pet, pets are a great way to help relieve our stress and calm us down. Pets are great listeners. They will sit there and they will just let you pet them and rub their head and pet behind their ears. Again, they're great listeners. They're very comforting and calming. So if you have a pet around, that's another great way to relieve that stress. So this is Say Hi Bailey. Hi Bailey. Bailey and Nurse Sarah are going to check off for now, and we'll see you guys another time. Have a good day and stay healthy.